Hello and welcome to Vitality Vibe and to your evening yoga sessions. So when it's been a long day and everything feels a bit achy and the mind feels very overwhelmed, it can just work wonders to roll out your mat for just a quick 20-minute reset. So that's what we're going to do right now. So when you're ready, pop around and lie down onto your back for me. Take your time getting there. And we're going to do our shavasana as our first position. Okay, you'll be happy to hear. So just take those arms a little away from the body. Turn the palms to face up. And then I want you to nestle around on your shoulder blades. So just kind of move, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another and then release the shoulders back down. Lift your head slightly, tuck your chin to your chest, drop your head back down. If your back feels a little grumpy, you could always bend your knees here and just pop the soles of your feet onto your mat to give your back a little bit more support. Otherwise, you're going to have those legs stretched out long. Let your feet flop out to the sides. And sometimes, our days are so busy that we may not have taken a deep breath even once today. So go ahead now and take a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, sigh it out. Feel your shoulders begin to surrender as you sigh out the breath. Let's go again. A nice deep belly breath. And then as we exhale, surrendering the lower back. Sometimes our days are so stressful that the body is just kind of caught up in stress mode. Like even the muscles are contracted and we have to kind of remind them to relax and to let go and surrender. So that's just what we're doing here for these first few breaths. We're just going to remind the muscles to let go. So again, lovely deep inhale. And then as we exhale, surrender the weight of the pelvis. Another lovely deep inhale. And then surrender the weight of the legs. Feel your femur bones, those big bones in your thighs. Allow them to really sink towards the floor. Allow the backs of your knees to sink towards the floor. And your calf muscles. Another deep inhale. And as you exhale, relax in the feet, surrender the weight of the feet, and even softening the space between your toes. Another deep inhale. And as we exhale, surrendering the weight of the arms. Another deep inhale. And as we exhale, just softening the hands and the fingers. If we think about all the wee jobs, the tasks that the hands done for us today, just give them permission here to completely relax. Another deep inhale. And then as you exhale, surrendering the weight of the skull. Let the back of your head sink down into your mat. Another deep inhale. And then as you exhale, softening your forehead, all those little worry lines across the forehead, just allow them to disappear. Another deep inhale. And then on that exhale, softening the hinges of the jaws. Another deep inhale. And as we exhale, softening the lips, the tongue, and the roof of the mouth. Another deep inhale. And on the exhale, soften the throat, all of the muscles in your throat. I think they become contracted and tight. From my experience, it's because of all the things we don't say throughout the day. You know, the way we bottle things up and we'd really like to say, you know, X, Y, or Z to a certain person. So just give the muscles of the throat permission to let go. And then one final deep inhale. And on the exhale, just surrendering the whole body. Sometimes, even though we surrender somewhere, the tension creeps back in. For me, it's the shoulders, you know. So when I done that last deep breath and I was going, okay, my whole body, I could feel the shoulders were hunched up again around my ears. And now just allow your breath to find its own rhythm again. And just notice the outline of your body on your mat. Keep letting go on the exhales. Just hitting the reset button. And then when you're ready, just make some gentle movements with your fingers and your toes. Maybe deepen the breath again. Sigh it out if that feels good. And then start to stretch out the legs. Oh, big yawns. Stretch the arms overhead. Really lengthen the front of the body. Maybe you want to point your toes. Maybe you want to flex the feet instead. Really stretch out through your right arm, your right leg. And then really stretch out through the left arm, left leg. And just once more on each side. Stretch out that right arm, right leg. And then left arm, left leg. And then keep the arms overhead and go ahead and catch a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. And then lift the head and shoulders and just kind of scoot over to the right a little bit and then drop back down. All right, starting to get a little stretch into the left side of the body. And then we're going to move the legs as well. So just scoot your right leg more to the right and then scoot your left leg more to the right. So you're creating this banana shape with your body and giving a lovely deep stretch down the left side of the torso. And then with the breath, I want you to really try to notice the breath as it moves into the lungs. Feel that expansion that happens, and we're trying to stretch out the little intercostal muscles. Okay, so the little muscles in between the ribs. And as we breathe deep and we create that expansion in the lungs, we're giving those muscles a little stretch. The side body often gets kind of neglected when it comes to stretching. So just opening up the side body. Keep softening that left shoulder down, left hip down, left foot down. Keep breathing deep. And you can have your eyes closed for this if that feels good. I think I rarely have my eyes open anymore in yoga. It's just like my body just goes there instinctively. It closes down the eyes. And what happens when we do that is we eliminate one of the senses. So there's less things to become distracted with. And then nice and gently, just go ahead and move the head and the shoulders back to the center of the mat. And then one by one, slowly, we'll move the legs back, or even just inch them back, right, left, right, until you come back to your center. And then change your grip, okay? So you're going to use now your left hand to catch a hold of your right wrist. Pick up the head and the shoulders and then scoot over to the left a little bit and then drop back down. And then you're going to take that left leg, slide it over to the left, and then take that right leg, slide it over to the left. And again, we're creating this banana shape into the body. And then just try to soften that right shoulder. Soften the right hip. Soften the right foot. Close over the eyes. And breathe in nice and deep. Get that expansion into the lungs. Stretching those intercostal muscles. And letting go on the exhale. Keeping the face nice and soft and relaxed. Just 2 more breaths here. And then nice and slowly, let's take the head and shoulders back to center. And then again, really slowly, we'll just scoot the legs back to center as well. And then we can release those arms back down. Oh, that's a good stretch even for the shoulders, isn't it? Speaking of shoulders, let's take some snow angels here. Okay, so what am I being my snow angels? Take the arms down by your sides, turn your palms up. And then inhale as you sweep the arms up and overhead. So I'm just move my little yoga block out of the way. And then exhale as you sweep back down. So imagine if you were lying in the snow, you'd be making little snow angels. So inhale as you sweep the arms up. Try to keep the backs of the hands in contact with the floor. Now they may lift, that's okay, but just you have that intention of keeping the backs of the hands down. And then exhale as you release them back down. Keep going here as I yibber yabber to you. So as you're sweeping those arms up, try not to allow the lower back to overarch. Sometimes if the shoulders are tight, we might feel that lower back overarching in an attempt to stretch the arms overhead. You want to keep your spine in its nice neutral position. So there's a gentle arch behind the neck. There's a gentle arch behind the lower back. That's it. Perfect. We're going to do one more of these. Just a lovely way to release the shoulders and to bring that upper back into alignment, especially if we've been sitting at a desk all day. Okay, and then go ahead and bring your arms straight up into the air. Okay, so your palms are going to face each other. Fingertips point to the ceiling. Shoulders are in line with your elbows and your wrists. And if you have any lower back grumpiness, you could always bend your knees here, plant the soles of your feet if you wish. If you wish? I don't know what that was. If you wish. Okay, and then as we inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulders lift up off the mat. And then as we exhale, drop the shoulders down and squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. And exhale, drop the shoulders, squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Just two more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. And then inhale, take the arms all the way out wide. And as you exhale, give yourself a little hug. Now, notice which arm is on top, and you're going to place the opposite arm on top next time around. Okay, so inhale, open up nice and wide, like making like a letter T, and then exhale, opposite arm on top as you squeeze. Give yourself a little squeeze. Inhale, open up. Exhale, opposite arm on top. And inhale, open up. Exhale, opposite arm on top. All right, and then go ahead and release the arms down. Bend your knees and just walk your feet in close to your bum. All right, so your feet are about hip distance and you're walking them in nice and close. If you feel like that makes you kind of collapse in your neck, just pick up your head, tuck your chin to your chest, drop the head back down again. Gives you back that freedom of the back of the neck. And then some bridge poses here. So palms face down. We can use the hands to help. Press into all four corners of your feet as you lift the bum on an inhale. Peel the spine up. Squeeze your tush. Get your pelvis up nice and high and rise up all the way up onto your shoulder blades. And then exhale, come down one wee bit at a time. Your upper back, and then your mid back, and then your low back. All right, couple more of those. Press into the feet. Inhale, pick up your bum. Send the knees forwards as you send the heart back. Squeeze the tush. Exhale, slowly lower. And just once more of those. Press into all four corners of the feet. Lift up. And then exhale. Well done. Slowly all the way back down. Draw the knees into the chest and then stretch your legs all the way up. Whoa, if you have tight hamstrings, take your hands behind your legs and give the hamstrings a little bit of a rub here. I done a workout in the gym the other day and oh my goodness, my legs are still super tight from it. So just giving ourselves this little bit of love, little bit of a massage into the backs of the legs. All right, and then we're going to point the toes to the ceiling, stretching out your ankles, and then flex the feet, stretching out those calf muscles. Point your toes, and then kick out through the heels. Point your toes, kick out through the heels. Once more, point the toes, kick out through the heels. And then some little rotations into those ankles as well. So we're going to be going both directions, so it doesn't matter which one you start in. And when you think about all the steps your feet have taken today, it's nice to give the ankles this little bit of love. Take your feet in the opposite direction. And you might hear or feel a wee few clicks going on in those joints. All right, and then you've got a couple of options here. Relax the feet, but keep your legs up. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just let all the lymph drain down the legs and into the lymph nodes here in the groin. Okay, so your lymph is like your waste disposal system of the body. And it doesn't have a pump. It relies purely on drainage. So when we do inversions like this in yoga, it drains the lymph, takes it down into the lymph nodes so the body can then get rid of it. So a few options here. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs if that feels good and supportive. You can leave your arms down by your sides. Or my personal favorite is to stretch the arms overhead. And then just breathe. Breathe into your tummy. And on the exhale, soften. Again, we can close down the eyes if we wish. And this is lovely done beside a wall. Okay, so if you want to scoot yourself real close to a wall, so you would start kind of on your side, get your hip into the wall and then throw your legs up it. You can also do this on your couch. You could throw your legs up and use the couch for a bit of support. So if it's been a very long day, you might find that it's challenging even just to hold your legs up in the air. Okay, and it can be nice then to, like I said, have the support of the wall or the couch. Last few breaths here. So the other thing that can really help with lymph drainage is body brushing. So, just like those soft bristled brushes. And then just you start from your ankles, work your way up, backs of the knees, inside the knees. You just brush all sides of the legs, all the way up to the groin. And then you would use your brush on your arms as well. There's lymph nodes in your armpits. So you would brush from your wrist joint up, sweeping up into the armpit. All right, and that can really help the lymph on its way. All right, nice and gently go ahead, soften your knees. Take those feet back down. Arms can come back down alongside the body if they're not already there. Turn the palms up. Stretch the legs out long. We're going to finish where we began. Take a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale, sigh it out. Take a moment here to replay your day in your mind. And if there were any moments that didn't go according to plan, replay them in your mind now and see them going the way you would have liked them to go. Or perhaps you had a conversation with someone today and you regret it and you wish you had have handled it differently. Replay that in your mind now, saying what you wished you would have said. Or perhaps you reacted in a way that you wish you hadn't today and you might have snapped at somebody. It's always our loved ones. It's always our loved ones that get the snappiness. And so this is not to look back on your day and whip yourself and give yourself a hard time. What we're doing here is we're retraining the brain so that when these situations arise again in the future, that you react differently. So you replay them in your mind's eye, seeing yourself do them the way you wished you had done them. And then that's like planting a little seed. So the next time that situation arises, you may just find yourself reacting differently. I'm always fascinated by the mind and how we can rewire it and retrain it. Okay, my lovelies, if you have a little bit more time to spare and you can stay here a little bit longer, then please do so. Or if you want to close your practice, you're going to just start to move your body again. Little movements to begin with. Maybe it's just pointing and flexing the toes. Oh, maybe it's a deep yawn. Maybe it's hugging your knees to your chest as you rock gently side to side. Just find what feels good for you. And then we can turn over onto the side and just gently rise back up. Take your time. There is absolutely no rush. Alrighty. Let's close our practice by taking an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart as we bow the head towards the fingertips, just in a little moment of gratitude. Gratitude towards ourselves for rolling out the mat, for taking this time to look after yourselves. Gratitude to your body. Gratitude that you had another day on this earth. Thank you so much. Well done on doing your one thing that your future self will thank you for. Take care.